Alright guys, let's do question number 11. And question number 11 is a little lengthy, but it's actually not a whole lot to it. They just give you a lot of information. So let's start by reading the question. A student decides to draw a series of 3 dots, sort of like a snowman, as shown in the diagram. She wants each dot to be half the radius of the previous dot, and for the center to be on the edge of the dot below it. She writes the following code segment to do it. We have the image, and as you were scrolling down, you could also see the code. And it starts with variable bottom is equal to 100, variable middle is equal to 50, and variable top is equal to 25. Now notice, those can be done, these values can be found in multiple ways. And then we're going to go down to the line, or to the 5th line of the code. It says dot bottom, make a dot based on the size of the bottom, move forward the length of the bottom. Then we're going to create a dot with the radius of the middle. Then we're going to move forward that length, and then we're going to create a dot on the top. Now the question itself says she's not sure about the size though, and she wants to be able to quickly experiment with the drawing by changing only one number, the radius of the bottom dot, and for the rest of the code decide and scale the drawing accordingly. How should you adjust lines 2 and 3 to implement this change? Well, first you need to know the most important word, scale. Whenever you're dealing with scaling, that means making something bigger or smaller by a proportionate amount. The key word is proportion. And when you're doing anything related to proportion, you are either multiplying or you're dividing. Typically, in the higher sciences and maths, it's always multiplying, and if you want to make the value smaller, it's multiplying by a decimal or multiplying by a fraction. So if you want to scale something, make something proportional to another object, there's always going to be multiplying or dividing, never adding or subtracting. So in this case, for example, it says the variable middle is 100 minus 50 and 50 minus 25. Yeah, those are wrong, because what happens if you want the radius of it to be 10? Your initial one. You're going to still be subtracting 50 and 25. It's not going to work. And besides, those are constant anyways. You don't have any variables at all, besides naming middle and top. So then we have another one here that says variable middle is bottom minus 50, and variable top is middle minus 25. Again, the issue is it is not multiplying or dividing. Now, the only possible ones are A, C, and E. If we look at A, this is setting your variable middle and your variable top to always be 100 divided by 2 and 50 divided by 2. So if you made your bottom and you set it to like 15, it doesn't do anything to your middle, because your middle is still going to be 100 divided by 2, which is 50. And your top is going to be 50 divided by 2 is 25. And that means your bottom would be like this, your middle would be like this, and then your top would be like this. It doesn't actually create the snowman. So A is gone. Now let's look at C and D. Well, the difference between C and D is the order. First you do middle, and then you do top, versus E, which you do top and then middle. But if you remember the drawing, it's you do the bottom first, then you move up and you do the middle, then you move up and you do the top. So it has to go in sequential order, which means that C would be the only correct one, because you wouldn't want to do the top first. Alright guys, see you in the next one.